Hi guys, how's it? Hoik Mora. It is morning here. It's about 7:30 a.m. here in Denton, Texas, and just finished the match. First off, I want to thank everybody for your subscriptions, comments, likes, everything, emails. I really do appreciate all of it. Showing my support all the way from Denton, Texas here for the world of Springbok and Southern Hemisphere rugby in general. Got up pretty early for this one, 4:45 a.m. Kickoff was at 5:05. Before I even get into the game, a couple things I wanted to mention. Living on this side of the planet, we did not have a choice who the carrier was for the game. I know in South Africa and maybe all that place, you get Super Sport, which I am preferential to. On this side of the globe, we got the Stan or whatever the Australian carrier for it was, and watching a bit of the pre-game and seeing an All Blacks legend that I personally have a lot of respect for. I enjoyed watching him play both league and union. Everybody knows who I'm talking about, the big man, Sonny Bill Williams, doing pre-game. And I don't know if it's the same term for overseas, but we would call it cringeworthy here in the States. Yeah, man. It would be almost akin to the same ideology for American football when Rob Gronkowski decided to do Fox NFL pregame on Sunday. The guy was just not fit for it. He's just not... He's a great dude, don't get me wrong. I just don't think that, he's not a Justin Marshall. He's not a, Mills Molina, John Kerwin. He's just not that pedigree. He's a great player. Amazing athlete, great backstory, love the hell out of him. Just not the best pregame commentator, in my opinion. That's just like I said, this is just my opinion. It just was cringeworthy. It was just not that entertaining. So let's kind of start off, 28-26, the final. Wallabies getting the win in the closing seconds off of a penalty. So we'll kind of start off some interesting, I just kind of took notes. You can kind of see I just scribble everything down as I watch the game. We go ahead early, 4 minutes in, penalty off a line out, and they were pushing a bit early, the Wallabies were, so Pollard kicks for 3, nails it. So penalty, not much later, get another penalty, this one on Kitchoff, and Cooper elects to kick from about 40 meters out, and he nails it. Quade Santini Cooper. 10 minutes in, penalties on the Wallabies for collapsing, and Pollard kicks from 40 meters as well, nails it, 6-3. 12 minutes in, penalty on the Springboks, Cooper. It's a lot of penalties, a lot of 3-point things, that kind of thing. At 15 minutes in, Sia Khaleesi goes in to make a tackle, lifts up Banks, drops him on his arms, but the intent was there. A rarity. I don't think I can remember Khaleesi ever getting a card. I'm pretty sure he has, but I can't remember in any recent memory. Maybe I'm wrong, but maybe I've just forgotten. 10 minutes in the sin bin for the captain. At a minute and a half later, Garaway from Karivi, Cooper converts. It's now 13-6 with the man up. So kind of expected. 21 minutes in, Pollard, another penalty, so Pollard elects to kick from 46 and misses. So it's 13-6 at that point in the match. 26th minute in, Aussies are they're pushing on the set pieces, the line outs. You can tell that they're trying to steer it towards their direction, thinking we're going to get the penalty try. It's not awarded. So, within that same little stretch of time, Matt Phillip for Australia gets a yellow card of his own for collapsing them all. And at 27 minutes, we get a try off the line out from Manumbi. And Pollard misses that conversion as well. So it's 13-11 at this point, 27 minutes into the game. 31st minute, penalty advantage for the Wallabies. Breaks down, Cooper kicks for 3. It's now 16-11. 39th minute in, Boks get a penalty for collapsing at the 5-meter line, and Quade Cooper, again, kicks for 3. It's now 19-11 at half. Halftime, we go into 19-11. It's not really looking great. I love Andre Pollard, but we need you to make those kicks in games like this, bro. Just my opinion. Once again, something I did want to bring up, and I had wrote on my note sheet here at halftime, which was, this is the Rugby Championship, man. This is a big game, and I'm sure a lot of South Africans, anybody else that was outside of Australia that's living in a place where you can't go to games, and then you go and watch a game live on TV and the stadium's half empty, and that wasn't just I get it. Union's not the biggest sport in Australia, but still, man, it seemed like there were I saw more All Black stuff in the stands. I saw a lot of South African supporters in the stands, and it was just kind of those two groups equaled what Australia brought to the game. And, it was just crap attendance, I guess. That's just me. Like I said, just my opinion. I'm giving my opinion on this stuff, and it just felt like, man, you should have had a lot more people at this game, just because, dude, this is international test rugby, man. You got to pack those in if you have it available. Now, if it was an issue of they were only letting a certain amount of people into the stadium, I'm sorry, I didn't know that fact, but it just kind of felt like it was a very empty stadium for what it was, and I was hoping to see a lot more people in the crowd and a little bit more noise and that kind of thing, not the filtered in stuff that we're getting. Nick White comes in after halftime for McDermott. Another little feisty guy with his little handlebar mustache. I mean, I could shave mine off and have it too. But, so he comes in at half. 41st minute in, Australia collapses on the scrum. Pollard kicks, and it goes off the upright. And he wasn't from that far out. So, kicking issues. Yeah, it's not good. That's points that were left off the table that would have gave us the win, obviously, with such a close margin of victory for the Wallabies. 43rd minute in, something I just wrote a note about, what am I always saying about Faf de Klerk, the giant slayer? I'm sitting here watching him get into a conversation about the price of bread in the local market with a guy that was about a foot taller than him. I'm sure they were talking about gardening tips or, maybe what specials Bunnings was running in town there, But, Faf de Klerk trying to square up against a guy that was a foot taller than him easily, which is, U.S. foot. Anyways. 45th minute in, penalty on Hooper for not rolling away, and Pollard finally nails one through. It's 19-14. Moving on, Malcolm Marx comes in at the 46th minute, and it's a dangerous tackle penalty on Australia, and Malcolm Marx had a great game, 2 tries in the game, obviously coming off the bench. Not too long after that, 51st minute, a deliberate knock-on by LaRue. It was deliberate. I kind of could see because the camera angle was a little off, but Nick White just throws the biggest fit as soon as it happens, takes his mouthpiece out, throws it on the ground, and yells at the ref. Man, you think Andre Pollard could get away with that? I don't know. Hey, look, you've heard my criticism of World Rugby, refereeing. Obviously, the biggest video on my channel was the one where I was talking about Erasmus. Sorry, I'm still half asleep, guys. Doing the whole video about the British and Irish Lions and how I feel like refereeing is pretty bad in our sport right now. 57th minute comes in. Cooper kicks for a penalty at the 51st minute. LaRue gets a yellow card for the deliberate knock-on, and the Wallabies are now up by 22-14 at 51 minutes into the game. 57th minute. We're getting some good phases going. We get down pretty close to the goal line, and Faenga runs in, tackles our center, and below the knees, no arms whatsoever. tackle whatsoever. You could say maybe he was falling at a weird angle, but obviously it gets the yellow card out of that for no arm tackle. 58th minute, off the line out, we push it in. Malcolm Marks gets over for his first of the game, and it's back to being an interesting one at 21-22, 58 minutes in. 61st minute, penalty on the Boks. Cooper kicks from a really insane distance out and does nail it. Quade Santini Cooper is still a douchebag, but he played a hell of a game. I'll hand him that. I still hate him. I'm not going to stop hating him. Probably makes me hate him even more now. But Cooper kicks out, like I said, 25-21. 71st minute in, lots of activity down front. Malcolm Marks gets it across. And I'm pretty excited at this point. People are WhatsApping me, and I've got my phone turned over because I don't want to know. We were on about a 20-minute delay here in the States. And he scores the second of the match. Willemse has come in for Pollard, and he shanks the kick. Yeah, I was pretty hot about that one, because that would have put us ahead a bit and, kept us a little bit more. It would have been a tie game had had Cooper made it at that last minute. But unfortunately, he misses. I'm pretty upset with him at this point. But he does redeem himself a few minutes later. Australia gets a massive push. 14 phases, man. This is like they're just trying to run the clock down. They're trying to control, and they're trying to get ahead. And Willemse comes out of nowhere, gets an amazing hooper, has got a good run, makes an offload. Willemse gets the stop, and I was like, okay, you've redeemed yourself a bit just with that there. And we get back to playing, and of course, a bit of penalty issues off of a scrum. And yeah, Quade Santini Cooper, they get the penalty. He kicks it from, it looked like about maybe 20 meters out, and he nails it through. And the Wallabies drop to their knees and begin praying for a win. It's been a minute since they've had one. It's been a minute since we've had a loss. If you're looking at Test rugby, we haven't lost a game since the All Blacks beat us first game of the last World Cup. So with that being said, am I going to stop talking all this cack about Australia? No, I'm not. I'm not done. We just didn't capitalize. I feel like, as a Springbok fan, we didn't capitalize on our opportunities. They were there. We missed kicking. We need to get back to the basics when it comes to our boot. I think we've relied too heavily on being able to grind teams down to slow their pace, which I do think we did with them, but we made too many costly errors, and those errors turned into points for the opposition. My man of the match, I still hate him, but Quade Santini Cooper is who won this for the Wallabies. Does that mean he's going to be their solid number 10 going forward? I don't know. I did prefer the combination of him and Nick White. I thought they played a lot better together, but it's just, yeah. McDermott, I think he got a knee injury. I saw him on the side, and it looked like he had a bag of ice around his knee, so maybe that's why he got pulled out, and they brought in Nick White, who's a little bit more of a firecracker player, in my opinion, a little bit more explosive. But it's kind of back to the drawing board. We are now a one-loss team in this tournament. We still will remain in second place so far. We all saw what the ABs did to Argentina earlier this morning for me. I did not watch the game live as I was sleeping during that time, but another big win for them, 39-0 or 36-0 over those Pumas. And we've got another one next Saturday. Obviously, the time switch, so that game will be coming on at 2 a.m. local time here. I will try to stay up for that, but if I don't, guys, understand, because I'm usually just like, it's way too... 5 a.m. was bad enough. 2 a.m. would be even worse, because I usually don't even go to bed until like midnight on Saturdays anyways. So, but yeah, a loss. We moved to second place. Obviously, I think what needs to be worked on in this next week is kicking and discipline issues. I don't want to be the guy. Did I think the officiating was horrible in this game? Yeah, it was pretty piss poor. Not just against the Springboks, but both sides. There was missed calls everywhere. Lots of high tackles. Lots of guys not releasing balls, that kind of thing. I just don't want to be the guy that says, oh, it was the refereeing that lost this game. Although I kind of think it was, but we didn't take the opportunities that we needed to succeed. Missing kicks. Andre Pollard, who I've usually been very money about, that was a little bit sus, that was suspect of you. Valemza, he, yeah, I think everybody kind of has that same opinion that he does screw up at the wrong time sometimes. So, yeah, back to the drawing board. We got another one next week against this very same team. I'm sure Rennie is gonna sleep like a baby tonight, knowing that he finally got a win against a Southern Hemisphere opponent this tournament. Obviously, playing the All Blacks 3 times in a row does not help. Did I think that the Wallabies matched up well with us? No, I think they didn't win, we lost, is what I'm basically trying to say. Like, we could have easily won this game. We didn't pounce on the opportunities when they were made available, and that was the final result. So, yeah, that's the end of this video. I hope everyone has a good rest of their Sunday. I am going to go back inside and try to get some more sleep before, I got to go do stuff today with my family. We're going to go to Trader Joe's later because we have those here. My missus is keen on going to one, and I want to go because I want to get their orange chicken. It's delicious. But, yeah, one other thing, congratulations to the Bulls, Vodacom Bulls, winning the Curry Cup. I did watch quite a bit of that game, and they won it with ease. And last but not least, yes, the USA Eagles. They beat Canada like they stole something in Denver last night. A very interesting game. If you guys can go and look up and find any highlights, it's hard because, yeah, it's USA Rugby. But Ruben De Haas with a 45-meter drop goal. I was like, oh, that's like the longest drop goal I've ever seen. I'm used to seeing those within the 22-meter. This guy did one from 45 meters out, a drop goal in the game against Canada. So the USA will be playing Uruguay next, which I have seen that live in San Antonio, Texas one year, and it's the first time I can really remember hearing people say "andale, andale." Totally not realizing, oh yeah, it's Spanish, and they're not gonna say go go go, they're gonna say andale. So, but yeah, like I said, hope everybody has a good rest of the week. I will talk to you again very soon when we get the lineup for the next match. We can't win them all, but the jersey stays on, guys. Cheers.